Get the hell out of here.
Thank you.
Really?
Thank you. Thank you,
Alex,
Officer Pike. Yes?
be careful.
You too. We're gonna see what happens. We'll have to, whatever the consequences of my decisions are, we'll see how they go. Yeah, lesser of the two evils. That's the decision that I make, and I'm sticking to it. Lesser of the two evils. Alex, come see me when you get the chance. Jed, uh-oh. There's always corkage free fee. Is this going to be the twist? Is this going to be the twist? And I'm like, ugh, Ryan's own dad. I don't want it to be Jed.
Those
I don't want...
pictures. How long have they been watching us? And what will they do if...
Oh, I have the fear now. Yeah, I have the fear. It's okay. We can overcome the fear. Pike wasn't able to, but we can. Pike couldn't overcome his fear, but we can. We will. Fear is not an awful... It's not an awful emotion to have. I feel like it's better than rage. So I'm glad I didn't take the rage from Charlotte.
I have no idea what to do next.
Call Ryan?
Maybe talking
Tell
to
him what's
Jed
up.
will help me feel better.
No, why don't you just call Ryan and tell him what happened? Or Steph, or both. Can you just text them both? Or are you afraid they'll spying
First,
on our text
I need
message?
to get out of this dress. I'll treasure it too, Ryan.
Sadly,
Enjoy that ice cream.
Sadly, the spring festival is over, but the fun continues at Avalanche Ice Cream. Share your favorite memory from the festival in the comments, and get one scoop on us. I liked when Josh burned his mouth on the chili. I didn't. Better get a free scoop on that burn stat. Oh, the music, hands down. He loved the set too. One free scoop. I shared a moment with someone very special and connected with her in a way that I will treasure forever. Dang, dude, I think you deserve 2 scoops for that one. What a festival, Haven. We ate, drank, and made merry. We tasted chilies, we rocked out... I didn't taste any chilies. Don't know about you. We tasted chilies, we rocked out on some music, and enjoyed a lovely spring night in our beautiful town. Thank you for another great year, everyone. Great festival, and thanks to our business partners and everyone who put so much work into making this festival possible. Our pleasure. The smiles and laughter make it all worth it. Best part of the year.
I'm glad Ducky had a nice night. He deserves it.
It turned out to be great Spring Fest after all. To be great. Really good to see you out there this year, Duck. It's certainly a time for new beginnings. That's the spirit, Ducky. Ducky. Sadness. I think sometimes we make reserve space in our heads for particular people. The important ones, anyway. They become part of us, so permanent and immutable that eventually you can't imagine what it would even mean to be who you are without them. And then one day, they're gone. And all that's left is the space you cleared for them in your head. And you're not sure how to so much as breathe anymore. That's a really good description. Or analogy. Maybe that's what it means to be haunted. Ducky doesn't know how to be Ducky without Tabs. Part of him feels like he spent the years since her death doing an impression, his best recollection of who he used to be when she was still here. I think when we danced, he remembered a little of who that person was. I think he could see a little of what Tabs saw in him. I carved that myself. Look at the bottom. You're going to outlast this whole town. Hoping I see you at the bottom when I finally drain the glass. I've outlasted this entire town. I want to see you dance again at last. Ryan, joy, which is also Alex's joy. He was afraid at first. I didn't even need to read him. One of my favorite things about Ryan is his utterly horrible poker face. Kind of bonkers how you can be scared that you'll get what you hope for and scared that you won't at the same time. Weird, too, how when your hopes come true, they can still taste a little like fear. Just enough to make your heart pound in your chest and your brain feel like one of those electro balls they used to sell at the mall. He told me I could stay in Haven, and when I looked down onto Main Street for just a second, I couldn't imagine anywhere else in the world I would want to be more. He made me feel like I could become a part of this place, Like I could be as much a part of Haven Springs as the mountains and the lake and the spring festival itself. Like I deserve that. Maybe I do. My mom used to get insomnia when I was a kid. I'm not trying to get you to plan out your whole life. Kiss her, dummy. I'll meet you in the sleepless garden. Close my eyes and see. A future you remembering how it felt to kiss tonight's version of me. Pike, fear. There's the threat that keeps you awake at night, all vigilant and terrified. Then there's the one you don't even know exists, so you sleep just fine. Guess which one is more likely to kill you? I thought I knew what Typhon was, but really I had no idea. Pike knew, and it terrified him. The horror of the witness, the paralyzed audience strapped in and made to watch the same inevitable choreography performed again and again and again. What have you seen, Pike? Before Gabe, before me? What secrets did you have to keep, and how long did you have to keep them? I thought of Charlotte, how I could have swallowed her anger, how I didn't. I still don't know if that was the right call. It was the right call. But I knew that I needed Pike on my side, so I did it. I don't want you to get hurt. Keep your head down. Typhon doesn't lose. No isn't an option. Rat girl, keep your head down. The cats will always win. Pen in shaking fist, cross your name off their list. I can't go through this again. Again? Oh man. Pike, Pike, Pike.
Ducky. Hope he's doing okay. Riley probably can't help me hack Typhon. Looks like I'm on my own now. I don't want to drag Ryan and Stefan any deeper.
I don't think that's smart. I don't think that's smart to just cut them off completely. You're lone wolfing this now, Alex? I think it's too late. It's too late to lone wolf it. They already know the three of them are involved.
I had no idea what I was getting into, did I?
Yeah, I mean, they already...
Secrets, evil mining corporations, death threats.
Yeah, they already know that there's two are involved.
I didn't realize how awful it would all be.
Yeah, but I am optimistic. Let's stop pouting and let's go ahead and do the work. We gotta do the work.
Yep. The tables seem to have turned, all right. This isn't over, Gabe. I promise.
It's not over. It's not over. What do you think, Shushu?
That must be Ryan's. I guess the night wasn't all bad.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't all bad.
I look better than I feel.
I don't know why I have to change, but...
Might as well go talk to Jed now. I look better than I feel.
You're getting dressed into something that makes it... that is more...
Can't wait to have nightmares tonight.
That is more comfortable for you to be kidnapped in the back of a car. I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like this.
I think I'm all played out for tonight. Maybe I'll just bike out to the mine, dig up some answers myself. Feels like the LARP was 100 years ago.
Not gonna be able to go up. Alright, here it is. Moment of truth. Let's go talk to Jed. I guess it doesn't really also make sense for him to be the main big bad because he's the dad of Ryan, and that would just get really awkward. If Ryan is... We'll see what happens. I don't know. I have no idea. I have no clue, everyone.
Hey, Jed.
There she is. Have a seat. Something tells me you've had a more exciting spring festival than you planned for.
You saw Pike arrest me.
And let you go, apparently. Then there's that business with Ryan and Steph earlier today.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't sure why it took all three of you to work out Diane's lunch order. I know you're used to looking out for yourself. Gabe was like that. But Haven's a community. We help each other. I want to help you. But first, you have to let me know what's going on.
But if he's the bad guy...
Fuck it. What have I got to lose?
You have a lot if he's the bad guy, but... Typhon threatened Ryan. Take a shot. I'm gonna say Typhon threatened Ryan. Because even if he is the bad guy or in on it, I want to make sure he knows. But, you know what? I'm just gonna say it.
I've been chasing proof that Typhon was responsible for Gabe's death. And I found out they buried something.
Oof.
A secret.
That's... yeah. There we go.
Now they're threatening me. And Steph. And Ryan.
Threatened? How?
Pike showed me photos. Typhon's been watching us. I'm not giving up, Jed. Not ever.
That look. That look, I don't know. Something shady's in there.
I know what they're hiding.
So Jed does know. What are they hiding? Tell me. What is it?
Please, Jed. What's the truth? What are they afraid of?
Typhon's the devil that runs this town. I've been carrying their secrets for far too long.
There we go. I knew he was kind of in on it. He knows what's
I know
out.
what they buried in the mountains.
Because he was there.
Tell me.
I'll do one better.
I'll show you.
I'll show you.
Oh, do we trust Jed, though, at this point? I don't think the game is giving us a choice. So we're gonna go and do this.
There, up ahead.
Where are we?
He just doesn't want me...
Middle of nowhere.
Oh, man.
About 2 clicks that way is the mining site where you search for Ethan. 5 clicks that way is town.
What is this thing?
Ventilation shaft. They're scattered everywhere. Over the years, mines grow into mines, creating a labyrinth under Haven. What you're searching for is down below.
You can't just tell me. I feel like you really can just tell me. You don't have to show it to me, Jed. Or you can just tell me and then show it to me. Is he gonna push me? Yeah, he's like, I don't want you dating my son.
Jed.
He's sad because he has
Why are
to.
you sad?
Yeah, I knew it. Yup. I called it. I called it. I called it. You couldn't get one over on me, game. Sorry, Life is Strange. I saw this coming.
I'm sorry, kid.
Couldn't get one on me. Put the gun down, Jed.
Okay. Just put the gun down.
Come on. Ryan's dad. Come on.
I tried to talk you out of it. Scare you off? I
Yeah.
was sure those pictures of Ryan and Steph would do the trick. But you
Yeah.
were relentless. Won't leave damn well enough alone.
Yeah, he
You
was
have to do
too
this.
nice
I
of a
do.
guy.
12 years ago, I made a mistake. The kind of thing that you can't undo. But Typhon made me a deal. A way to save my town. Give my boy a normal life.
There we go. That's where it makes sense now. That's where it makes sense.
I never wanted Gabe to get hurt.
Yeah, it wasn't about Gabe.
Go to hell.
It's okay, Alex. We got one more chapter left. It's alright. It's all right. We're good. We're good. One more chapter. We're fine. Plot armor. Plot armor. The kind of thing you can and do. That's a long fall, girl. Dude. It's a good thing we're a superhero. No, Jed. Jed. Okay. See. Jed, Life is Strange. You didn't get me there. I'm sorry. I saw that coming a couple chapters ago, I feel like. Maybe last, yeah. There were a lot of signs. There was a lot of signs. There was that really cool, like, as I said, like earlier in this chapter, there was that really cool foreshadowing where it says, haha, it's funny to think of Jed as the villain. And he was the villain, of course, in the LARP. So, and yeah, again, the writers of Life is Strange was trying too hard, in my opinion, to show how really nice and kind and humble Jed is, to the point that I'm like, all right, we get it. He's humble. So much that you're like, is he going to be the villain at the end of this? Because you really are very insistent. They were just shoving that in our face. And I was like, oh, dude, Jed's the bad guy. So, yeah, nice try. Nice try, writers, but you didn't get me. I think you tried too hard. You probably got a lot of other people, but I think if you're trying to put one over anyone and have a big twist, be careful not to make it too obvious when you're making a character that saintly. Too obvious. Anyway, Pike let go of Alex after she removed his fear. Okay, so I'm actually in the majority there. Nice. Alex gave her rose to Ryan. Alex gave her rose to Steph. Alex didn't give anyone a rose. Okay, cool. I find it really interesting that Alex gave her rose to Steph. I find that really, really interesting. And I think part of it, the thing is, I'd like to believe some of it is because people are like very pro-LGBT and are like, heck yeah, Alex and Steph, heck yeah. I'd like to believe that a lot of it is that, but I question whether or not, if the genders were changed, if Alex was actually a boy, how many would it still be the same? If Alex was a boy, would it still be 67% roughly? Would a majority of people still give the rose as a boy to Stephanie versus Ryan? Probably. The stats would probably still remain the same. And so it's probably not necessarily based on, we're pro-LGBTQ. It's more based on, I like girls, because I feel like the vast majority of players who play this game, both boys, male and female, and everything in between, I feel like the vast majority of gamers in general tend to be attracted to women, whether you're a boy or a girl. So I think that's why less people gave the rose to Ryan, but I am very happy to be in the minority. I see a lot of other Let's Players who get upset when they get upset at... They sort of feel like if they end up in the minority choice, then it's the wrong choice. Like I saw, I'm not going to give any names, but I saw a couple of Let's Players who were like, why would any of you all pick this? All you 28%, you are horrible people, you 28%. Or like, oh man, I was in the minority, maybe I shouldn't have done that. No, I think that's silly to think that way. You know, it's silly. I feel like that's silly to think that way. Just because you're in the minority doesn't mean that you made the quote-unquote wrong decision. It just means you're in the minority. And if I was being honest, I think you actually should be grateful that you're in the minority, because as a Let's Player, you get to show your viewers something that they are probably less likely to see, content that they're less likely to see. So that's why I actually like it when I I actually like it more when I just happen to end up in the minority of some of these choices, so that I can show you stuff that majority of the other Let's Players out there probably didn't show you, maybe. So, Alex had a nice moment by the bonfire, 70%. Alex took a minute of reflection before talking with Jed. Alex did sit on the couch. Yeah, I did. I definitely do a lot of the reflection stuff. Yeah, so none of my other friends gave their rose to Ryan. But you know what? That's more Ryan for me, because that's how that works. I get more Ryan for me, right? Since I'm in the minority, right? Steph and Alex mused about moving to Berlin. Steph and Alex mused about moving to Salem. Steph and Alex mused about moving to the ocean. Steph didn't meet Alex on the rooftop. Steph and Alex shared a kiss. Steph and Alex hugged. Steph didn't meet Alex on the rooftop. Ryan and Alex mused about her working in the record store. Ryan and Alex mused about her working in the Black Lantern. Ryan didn't meet Alex on the rooftop. Okay, so for the people who did meet with Ryan on the rooftop, more people wanted her working in the Black Lantern. I'm kind of surprised by that. I feel like people would think that Alex would be happier at the record store because she's big into music and arts, not so much being a waitress at the bar. But maybe it's because, her dad, like Ryan's dad, owns the bar and he wants to be close to Ryan. Ryan and Alex shared a kiss, 27%. Ryan and I guess if you're going with Ryan, you're not gonna not kiss him if you're going with Ryan. 1% hugged. Ryan did meet Alex on the rooftop. Alex and Charlotte shared a bittersweet moment in the festival. Charlotte felt weirdly detached at the festival. That's 50-50. I'm surprised by that. Riley went away to college, 20%. Alex revealed Eleanor's illness and Riley stayed, 18%. I still don't know how I'm going to have to find out how Alex was able to reveal Eleanor's illness. Riley had already decided not to go to school. Alex didn't find Riley at the bus stop. Oh! I didn't find Riley I should have gone to the bus stop. Darn it. The game even told me where she was. Darn it. Oh, man. It's okay. Well, who knows then? We don't know what happened to Riley. Ducky joined the festival after dancing with Alex. Oh, that's nice. Alex didn't use her power with Ducky. I'm surprised. 82%? 82% missed that? I guess they were too busy in a rush looking for Steph. Just like 46% of us were too busy looking for Steph and Ryan to care about whether Riley was still at the bus stop. Alex helped the jelly bean counter win the contest. Nice. Alex didn't talk to the diner buyer. Oh. Alex helped the diner buyer with his My Block post. My bad for missing you, dude. There's a lot of you. Alex got the guy and gal friends together. Alex didn't help them admit their feelings. Oh, I missed that. There's so many things. I missed it. Darn it. I try to think that I'm a pretty exploratory person. I try to think that I am, but apparently not. Apparently not. Pike let Alex go after she removed his fear. Pike convinced Alex to sign Typhon's affidavit. My goodness. So I guess I'm curious now how this is going to play out, because Ryan cares deeply about Alex, and even if they were just friends, Ryan would still care deeply about Alex, even if they weren't romantically involved. So how is this going to... What's going to happen with Ryan, considering that his dad is Mr. Mustache Man behind all this? Yeah, because it makes sense. Jed was trying to hide something, so he was the one who probably the one that was pulling the strings to get Typhon to make the explosion happen, to hide the fact that they were burying something in the first place. It was probably him. So how is that going? I'm wondering how that's going to affect Ryan, which I feel terrible for, because Ryan's already lost his mom. I feel like if this is going to have some sort of satisfying satisfying ending, Jed's gonna have to meet justice in some form, and if that's the case, Ryan's probably gonna lose his other parent. But to be perfectly honest, now that we find out that Jed had this really dark secret, Ryan probably lost his parent. He probably lost his father a long time ago. I'm wondering if this has anything to do with something with the death of his mom, or maybe has nothing to do with either. But yeah, that's really interesting. It's really interesting. Another reason why I was also suspecting that Jed might be the big bad is because we have had the chance to help, quote unquote, help every other citizen in this entire city except Jed. We helped Pike, we helped Eleanor, we helped Riley, we even helped Mac. Obviously, we helped Ryan and Steph. We helped all of those people. We helped Ducky. Jed was the only person that we didn't do. Ethan was also one. Charlotte, not really. We didn't actually help Charlotte. But I mean, there was a scene attempting to help Charlotte. Jed was the only character that we did not do that with. We didn't have Alex dive into his head more, and that was very plot convenient, writers. I know what you're doing, writers. That was very plot convenient, because of course if Alec dove into Jed's head, then she would have found out the big twist ahead of time, and she would have probably found out that Jed, but again, the continuity, here's where I feel like there's a plot hole. Maybe Jed just has a lot of practice controlling his emotions or feelings, but the fact that he didn't have any strong feelings about Gabe's death or feel any guilt about Gabe's death, to me is a little weird, because I'd like to think that Jed still has some humanity within him such that he would feel strong enough guilt that Alex would have picked up on it and would have tried to read it. But it could be that Jed is just a lot more, maybe he just doesn't care. Maybe he really doesn't care at all. And that's the only reason he's emotionless. He's numb to it. But so that totally contradicts what he said earlier. It was I really didn't want Gabe to die. Maybe he didn't, and I guess he didn't really feel strongly about Gabe. But that doesn't really make sense historically. Anyway, I just think it's a big plot hole that Jed did not feel strong feelings at any point during these last 4 chapters for Alex to dive into. But I get why the writers had to do that, because they would have they pretty much painted themselves in a corner. They couldn't get Alex to dive into Jed's, because then she would have found out that Jed was the bad guy all along, and blah 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 blah. But anyway, I just wanted to point that out. I'm excited for the final chapter. I'm sorry, everyone, that I failed to do a whole bunch of things. I thought I was exploring. I guess the thing is, I didn't realize, and I should have. I was not intelligent enough. I should have realized that as soon as I went into the Black Lantern, that I was no longer able to continue exploring the town. I thought there was more to this. I thought there was more to this chapter than just the festival. So I thought that once I finished meeting Ryan, that I would have had more an opportunity to explore the rest of the town, but apparently I didn't, and I missed that part. So anyway, it's okay. It's all right. That's fine. It's a blind Let's Play. It happens. Ultimately, I'm just glad I got a chance to kiss Ryan. But anyway, Chapter 5.